take the ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe. Keeping us apart. more fun, you better subscribe. You never want to miss the vibe.
Always doing it sunny side up. It's the hen. Fuck. What's up? Oh, look at my goofy my goofy little pokey hair. It's time for some midday streamitude. Since I had everything set up, this is what I used to do a while ago, actually, when I had time, was like random midday streams, especially when I had extra booster packs and stuff, because this stuff's all going back to the game store tomorrow either way. So I figured come by and hang out in the afternoon, but like almost nobody is going to know the stream is happening. So first things first, I'd best share the live stream link in the Discord, so at least a handful of people will have an opportunity to come and hang out. We're still kind of getting into the swing of things streaming over here. What is going on here? Oh, does it have the wrong thumbnail? Oh no, it does. Hold on, let me change that. Okay, there we go. That's gonna make it even more confusing. There we go. We already talked about value packs being a ripoff. Alright. Hold on, oh, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, and... Oh, yeah. Alright. It's definitely got the wrong thumbnail, but that is fine. Hello! Well, the hellos are going to take like 2 seconds. This reminds me of the earliest days. What up, Lasagna? What up, Nathan? How you guys doing? How's life treating you today? Just had a nice lunch with Carly. We were talking about plans for her birthday that's coming up in a few weeks. All that goodness. And like I already said, I figured, I still have booster packs kicking around. I don't know, maybe tonight we're gonna open up the pre-release kit. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, but I figured not everybody can make it to the late time streams, so why not just pop in the afternoon? And also, this is gonna start to be the place where the breakfast streams and stuff happen, right? Just more of the streams will be localized here when they're not happening over on the Historian channel. So that's how it's gonna roll going forwards. What up, Kitsune? What's going on, Millmaster? Nathan, you're losing a Modern Horizons 3 draft on Arena when you should be making supper. Sounds like you're living life right, buddy. Sounds like a good time. That's how you want to do things. Getting stomped at Modern Horizons 3. Did I play in any Modern Horizons 3 drafts? No, honestly, I didn't even open my Modern Horizons 3 packs. Like, Arena, I'm starting to fade on Arena again. I feel like I was like right into it for a while, and now I haven't been playing quite as much. So we'll see what happens when Bloomburrow drops. I assume it's going to amp me back up. But I've played maybe 2 drafts on Arena in the last couple of months. What up, Error? Yeah, I know the thumbnail was wrong. I've changed it, so it should like update. Yeah, it should update to the proper live stream title at some point, but that's my bad. Between that and the fact that I have only live streamed on this channel like 5 times, it's going to be challenging for people to even find this live stream. James P, where's the bacon? I already had my bacon breakfast earlier. Like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours ago? Maybe 3 hours ago? 3.5? 3.5? I'm already after. It's after lunch now, buddy. I just had a hamburger for lunch. Millmaster, nice to be streaming at 4:20. Enjoy it, buddy. Enjoy it. Nathan, you've only opened Modern Horizons 3 on Arena. Fair enough. I only went and did the pre-release, and so the 2 packs that I got for playing in the pre-release, I literally still have one of them left right here. That's been my entire exposure to Modern Horizons 3. it's gonna be more action with Bloomburrow. I'm gonna do multiple pre-releases if everything goes the way it should, and also I'm gonna be grabbing a bundle. So Bloomburrow's getting more love from me, and like I said, I'm expecting that I'll probably be jamming it on Arena as well, doing some quick drafts, trying to build out the collection. But the last couple of days, my interest in Arena has been lagging. It's just kind of been, maybe it's that I don't like the new set of beginner decks as much. Maybe it's just that I've played it a lot lately, but I don't know. I played for like, I don't know, an hour or so yesterday, and I felt like when I was done, I didn't feel satisfied. I wasn't like, oh, that was a fun use of my time. I mostly just felt indifferent and mildly annoyed. I did feel yesterday like I was getting hosed with a lot of my draws and starting hands and stuff too. So that can impact how you're feeling. But ultimately, I just went with this. I think this time would have been better spent playing Moonstone Isle, right? That's a game me and Carly are playing right now. And it's like, she calls it a farming simulator, but it definitely has some farming aspects to it, and you can do that, but I haven't done any farming at all during the time I've played it. I've just been mostly focusing on building up my squad of little fighting monsters, tuning up the cards in their deck and stuff, because it's like, you've got, combat is done through deck building, and you have 3 different characters that you can have on your team. It's essentially almost like ripping off Pokemon in some ways, where it's just a bunch of little random creatures that you go out and tame and capture, and then you can add them to your party, but each one has its own individual deck of cards, and then all 3 of those decks get mashed together, and you get like basically the equivalent of 3 points, three mana to cast your spells every turn, and you can do them with different guys. And I've got a bunch of upgrades and there's ways to remove cards from the deck as well if you get the right items. So I've been tweaking it. What up, Kevin? How you doing, buddy? So overall, it's a pretty engaging little game. You explore all these different islands. The idea is that you're an alchemist, and part of alchemists' coming of age is that they go away for a year. They leave home for a year, and that's what you do with this one. So you got to manage the hours you have in a day, where your day starts at like 7 o'clock in the morning and ends at like 2 o'clock. Although you can tweak the time frames. I'm using the longest day settings. But you've got to get all your stuff done in that time frame. And the islands that are closer to the island that you start on have lower level enemies, and then once you get out further than that, there's like poisonous smog that'll flow into you randomly. There's other islands when you stand on it, there's just a little countdown going on, and after the countdown goes off, you'll get lightning bolted from the sky, just zzz, zzz, zzz. So you got to get off the island pretty quick. And then there's a flame island where you're just constantly on fire, and it's just like -3, -3, -3, -3, -3 constantly. You're just getting hammered down, right? And then there's also some dark islands on the further outskirts that I have never explored because they're too dangerous to even be on, bro. So those ones I gotta beef up for. You can capture the monsters, you have them fight for you, but you can also keep them in a barn where, as long as you keep them fed, they'll generate resources for you. And then you can take those elemental resources and use them to make charms that will give you elemental resistance. So you can get, like, right now I have one that cuts the amount of lightning and poison damage I take in half, which is great. I have nothing I can do about fire, and I haven't even countered the dark enemies yet. What up, Yamagoro? Nathan, just checked 17 lands. Man, you suck at draft. Good thing you like it. The important thing is to have fun, bro. The important thing is to have fun. And the more you draft, the better you get at. 25 Modern Horizon. You played 25 Modern Horizon 3 drafts? Wow. 42% win rate. That's not the worst, bro. That's not the worst. It's not like amazing Magic players have a 90% win rate, right? There's a lot of factors that go into it. The mana screw, the card pool you get, all of it. All of it. Yamagoro, last night you decided the changes to one of your favorite decks. Nice. Well, that's always fun. Nathan, I'm being kind. Well, the reality is that like for real, when it comes to drafts, there are a number of factors that go into it. Sometimes I clean sweep them and go 7 wins and win the whole thing, and sometimes I get beat down and get knocked out of it after having only won once, right? So I also don't take it as seriously. Like I don't worry about making the perfect choices. It wastes too much of my time. I'll just start slapping basically whatever the rare is in my first pack pretty much dictates one of the colors I'm playing, and I'll go from there unless something really really big comes along to make me go, "Yeah, you know what? I'm going to change it." I'm going to change it. Milmouse says, if you have over a 50% competitive REL win rate, you're in the top 1% of all Magic players. You also have to understand that Arena is set up to not be the same as regular Magic. If you play regular physical Magic or play on MTGO, that's a more realistic version of a reflection of your skill set combined with the randomness of it. But Arena is set up in a way where they want to keep you at like a 50% win rate or lower. They don't want you winning too much. They also don't want you to lose too much so that you quit and go away. But it's designed like you can be amazing at draft. Let's say you go into a draft on MTGO or in physical paper. You're playing with the 8 people who are there. You're going to draft with those people. You're going to build decks out of that pool that's combined of those people. And that's it. And then you're going to play actual matches against them. But when it comes to Arena, what's going to happen is you could play somebody who drafted 2 weeks ago with a completely different group of people. Or if you're playing bot draft, then obviously not drafting with people at all. But you could literally be like playing against people who had drafted 2 weeks ago. But as you move up the ranks, bronze, silver, gold, all that, you're going to be facing off against opponents who are in the same category as you most of the time. If it goes on for too long, there's not enough people playing in the draft at the time or whatever, you can get matched outside of your rank level, but they intentionally rank you that way so that you're playing against people who are more skilled if you've moved up the chain, to intentionally make it harder for you to continue winning so that you must spend more money and keep paying, right? Because that's the plan. Arena's plan is it's a free-to-play game, which means they have to alter reality so that they can extract as much as they can from you. That's the idea. Yeah, McGraw, are you running the Calamity Moose? That's some green goodness right there, bro. Millmaster Arena shuffles weird and pairs weird. Yep. Somebody brought up optimized matching, which is something where it's like optimized engagement matching or something like that, where the idea is it's just designed to keep you on there for as long as possible, and it's trying to, like, if the game knows that you only play until you have 4 wins and then you log off, they'll just make sure that it takes you longer to get those 4 wins, right? Like I know, like, people say Arena is rigged, and part of me thinks it's not, and part of me thinks that it is, right? Because I don't trust Wizards of the Coast not to do greedy, underhanded stuff to try and extract more money from people at all. Nathan, you've had mirror matches where the opponent has the same 3 rares you do 3 games in a row, obviously not drafted from the same pool. It's funny that people's anecdotal experiences, it's not clear how much you can actually trust, like, just random experiences like that. But they're like, yo, I come in with this deck and I automatically keep getting matched up against like the worst pairing for this deck. I changed the deck to have great answers to that exact kind of deck, and all of a sudden I'm not playing it at all anymore. Like, Arena literally takes a look at what your deck is built up out of and then goes, yo, I'm going to match this, like, I'm going to match you up with somebody who's going to beat your ass. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Stranger, why do I have so many channels? 'Cause I wanna. Do I ever go outside? Never. It's too hot out there. Why would I go outside? That's like stepping on the surface of the sun. The outside is for people who want to touch grass and have a clear concept of reality. I prefer to live in my own little bubble. But it's a real simple answer why I have so many channels. One is for Magic the Gathering. One is for lore stories, which is mostly Magic the Gathering. One is a catch-all for all kinds of other stuff. And this one's my live stream channel. So they all have purposes. And for your information, that's how YouTube wants it. They basically will go, all right, if you do this kind of stuff, right, nobody's going to want to watch it. So, like, YouTube is a harsh mistress with the way that it ranks and does things. So Hatcher is the one channel that is, who knows? I'm going to throw everything on there. But for example, the Historian channel, which is just about Magic the Gathering, I was doing like Magic news, current events, all that kind of stuff. And I was doing Magic lore. The lore videos I would make once a week or something like that. They got buried. They would get 10% of the views of any other videos. So they were a drag on the channel, and it was a drag to me mentally to go, yo, I put all this work into these lore videos, and they're not getting watched nearly as much. So YouTube suggests when you're trying different things that isn't doing as well, give it its own channel. So that's what I did with the lore stuff. I went and gave it its own channel, and that was the right thing to do, because now people can go there, watch stories, and that's all that's on there. That's the nature of YouTube. But when it comes to this channel, I'm just going to do whatever live streams I want. I know that it's mostly Magic right now, but that's just because that's mostly what I do. This and Hatcher will have the most variety over time. And then Fantasy Geographic and the Magic Historian will be primarily Magic focused, right? For the time being, at least. I don't know how it's going to go. I do know that it seems like Magic content across the board has been taking a dive for people. I don't know if that's just because things have shifted more into Commander. I don't know if that's because Wizards of the Coast has driven off more people who are super into Magic and have more casual people who are less likely to watch videos online or care about Magic news. But I've definitely seen a downtick on my Magic content. Not nearly as severe as I've seen on some other channels. Some other channels have been hit really hard by it. So I've been lucky that I have a fairly consistent audience. But there's that change. And ultimately, there's a change inside me as well, where I still love Magic, but it's not the same rabid love I used to have for it, right? Stranger, you went outside and your hands melted? You have a guy typing this as your hands also melted? So you got a hand job guy. All right. Millmaster, did I read about the MTGO Vintage Cube Ultimate Guard event at Magic Fest Vegas? No, this is the first that I've heard of it. Kevin, what is grass? Reality? What? No, we hate that. That's funny. That's funny. Yo, I definitely do like to go for nature walks. They're pretty satisfying. And getting out there, it gets you away. Like, I don't know how it's been for everybody, but I know for me that there's just been more and more stuff that I look at online. I didn't used to spend as much time online. If I spent time on the computer, it would be playing video games and stuff like that. But I didn't spend as much time online. And I feel like so much of what I see online is just empty noise, right? Where it's just like people fighting over nothing. Like absolutely nothing. And I'm glad that I spend less time looking at that now, because there was a while there where I would just kind of mindlessly scroll through social media feeds, and if I paid attention to what I was doing and shut it down, if I didn't immediately do something else, within a minute I'd be right back at it. It'd be so weird, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Twitter, like all that kind of stuff. It's crazy how it works on your brain. It's easy. Your brain is lazy. It's right there. So you get into it, right? Nathan, it's worth checking out the Vintage Cube thing. Think you can find me the link? All right. I do have an MTGO account. I haven't logged in a while, but I do have an account. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm slowly but surely being like alienated from Magic to a degree. You know, I can still enjoy a fair bit of it, and Bloomburrow is an exception, but just all of the choices they made, the ever-increasing prices, Markov Manor, Thunder Junction, upcoming Beep Beep Death Race. Like, it's so scattershot and weird now. There are 8 feeder events on MTGO for Vintage Cube. Then the winner of each 8 pods are flown to Vegas to draft and keep a physical Vintage Cube put together by Ultimate Guard against each other. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. Rain, the forecast is you with a little thunder. I hope so. I hope so. The humidity out there is insane. The heat is absolutely wild. I went out to the convenience store today, and it was not nice out there. It was an inconvenient trip to the convenience store. Kevin, you're right, bro. Absolutely. It is great to unplug and get out in the world and live a bit, and it should be done more often. I recently went down by the waterside. I even took my shoes off and just kind of like stood in the grass, just watching the water, the boats off in the distance, hearing the like the geese and the ducks squawking, birds flying by, butterflies, all this stuff. It was really nice. Really nice and calm. The internet is very reactive, it feels like. It's a far cry from what it was like 30 years ago. Good Lord. I remember using the internet like when I was 15, and not for a lot, not for a ton, but like, you know, by the time I was 18 or 20, using it a bit more, and now it's like, it's just ingrained in everything. And I find like if I get up and grab my phone and start looking at the wrong things on the internet to start my day, it really starts you out on a sour note, man. It's crazy how easy it is to be influenced by that stuff. The world outside feels so much calmer and slower than this like online world. I don't know what it's going to be like for kids growing up in this, but it's so nuts, man. You got all these algorithms that are constantly trying to keep you engaged, like these shorts feeds where they just show you little video after little video after little video after little video after little video, bang, 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 and they auto load. I hate it. I hate it. It's just be like a mindless like, oh, like it's insane. It's insane. James says the internet is rage, scams, and jokes. Well, I love jokes. I love jokes. More of that is better. But the rest of it is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm with you on the jokes, though, Towns. Yeah, oh, speaking of crazy algorithm stuff, Millmaster, he messaged me saying, yo, check it out. YouTube's showing me Monty Python and the Holy Grail videos now, and you just mentioned that in the last live stream. And the same thing happened to me. Heavy Metal mentioned The Whitest Kids You Know, which I've never watched, and we talked about it briefly, and then all of a sudden, on my main page, YouTube's going, here, do you want to watch this? Do you want to watch Whitest Kids You Know? And I'm just like, what? No, I don't even know that. Why are you suggesting that? And all I could think of was like, we didn't talk about it. They're monitoring our conversations. Kevin, yeah. Well, I mean, kids won't have a different experience, right? Like, when I was young, we had like a Nintendo, and my mom would be like, yo, you want to play Nintendo? You can play for an hour. Then you kids have to go outside and play for an hour. Then you can come back and play another hour of video games. So we had to alternate. Go outside and play tag for an hour, ride our bikes around, play hide and seek, whatever it was going to be. But we weren't allowed to just sit inside and play games. And then, like, technology plus parents giving in more to fear equals them just going, oh, my kids are inside where I can keep an eye on them. So, yeah, just stay inside and play on your tablet, Billy, you know? Millmaster, you mowed your lawn at 8:30 this morning. It was, like, 22 degrees with 80% humidity. It was awful even then. Yeah, that's not great. That is not great. The humidity is wild, man. Wet heat is the worst heat. The worst heat. Not a fan. Town says, easy super chat for you cowards to beat. Just talking that smack. Cowards! Oh, by the way, I guess I didn't mention it. The wheel's out, totally. I mean, the stream title or the thumbnail might have said something about value booster scam nonsense, but that was unintentional. So for wheel super chats, we got packs open if you guys want to do that. We don't have to do that, by the way. I'm tossing it out there as an option. It's fine by me. All right, Towns, you lord of the board, you smack talker. Calling other people cowards. Your name is like double plural. It's multiple Jameses, multiple Townses. Oh, I didn't actually write the amount. I was just thinking about how both parts of your name end with an S and then forgot to do the other part. That's funny. Kevin, I do wonder what the effect of being born into all this will be for the kids. What up, Loco? How you doing, buddy? Towns, most say you're too much. What are you, heat miser? Well, as the video was so specific. The video was how accurate is Monty Python's anarcho-syndicalist peasant scene? Like, they drilled down specifically that we mentioned that scene. It is pretty wild. It is pretty wild, honestly. The amount of information that it can process, right? Like, is it processing not just the chat, but also what I say as well to determine what to offer up? Loco, hanging in there. Well, good. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good, buddy. I've been getting progressively better as the days go by. There was a while there where I feel like I was struggling pretty hard, but I've moved past that, and now I feel a hell of a lot more positive than I did. I feel like if I was still feeling like I did before, I wouldn't be doing afternoon streamage, but here we are, because streaming's fun. You know, when you got some extra time kicking around and got the opportunity for it, why not? You cracked a rib at the park? Oh, yikes, man. I remember when I fell and smashed my side. It was brutal. What up, Beasley? How you doing, buddy? I mean, I guess it's not surprising, is it, Millmaster? They want to maximize the amount of people using their platform for as long as possible. And when you're given a plethora of data, what tons and tons of people are saying, obviously they're going to look at that and go, all right, how do we take advantage of this? If they're interested in this, then let's show them. At the end of the day, it's not like they're trying to get us to watch stuff we don't want to watch. It's not like they're trying to make us think a particular way. They're just trying to figure out what it is that's most likely to catch our attention that we would actively want to watch. So that is the most positive way to look at it. But it also does feel very freaky for somebody who didn't grow up with all this crazy level of like intensive attention technology, right? Loco, it absolutely is all about attitude. You can have the most amazing life. Like, I never understood why celebrities would take an early exit out of life. I never understood that, right? Until life got like really difficult, and then it's just kind of like, I can see why people would want out, but then there's still that layer of, well, they have so much success and whatever else. It doesn't matter how externally successful you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much people adore you and what you do. If internally you're always beating yourself up and you're miserable and whatever it is, and you just want it to end. You just want that feeling to end, and you don't know how, right? You don't know how. And then some people just find that as the route to get out, which is really sad, honestly. It's too bad that they weren't able to get the kind of help that they would need to move onwards, right? Like, I've been through enough hard times that I know what it's like to have the early exit voice in the back of your head. It was a constant companion for me for a while. And now when I think about how it was, it's like, yo, I definitely should have talked to somebody. I definitely should have got some help. But it just feels, it's just your brain. It's not like it's not like when you change one record to another where you can, oh, look, someone's taken this record off and put another record on. It's just like the music just keeps going. Like there's a fucking DJ who's just sliding a new track in, right? It's absolutely wild. It's absolutely wild. Millmaster, Fandango founder, billionaire, took a header. He had everything they said. The reality is, the crazy truth about life is, you can be way happier than you are. And it doesn't work. Like, we get caught up in the concept of we need more money. We need, like, I need this much money to be happy. I need this in my life to be happy. And even when you get it, like, let's say you tell yourself, I need $10,000 to be happy. Once you get that $10,000, you're not going to be happy because you haven't actually, I mean, maybe a small portion of people will, right? But the majority of people, because they haven't satisfied the underlying thing that told them they need that $10,000, the amount they need is going to change. And what you're going to do is, like, you can look at somebody and be like, I wish I had what they had. Like, someone with like 100 subscribers can look at a channel with 10,000 subscribers and go, oh my God, I wish I had a channel that big. I'll be happy then. It'll be amazing then. But by the time they get to 10,000 subscribers, they'll have shifted the goalpost. And now they're looking at 100,000 subscriber channels going, my channel's nothing. And I wish I had what they had so I could be happy because this isn't good enough. Meanwhile, they have 100 times what they had and hit the exact goal that they wanted. It's incredibly easy to fall into that. Like, I'm fortunate in that I like entertaining people, and this has never been about trying to hit particular numbers because that kind of stuff can even happen to me. I've caught myself in the past going, oh, I only have this. It's like, only? No, bro, this is amazing. You're doing awesome, and it's great, right? It's easy to slide into that kind of stuff. What up, Jess? How you doing? Are you all right, buddy? It looks like you're having a seizure. Loco says you can get bombarded with the worst of humanity and not realize most people are awesome and just trying to live their lives. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, nobody's going to click on a video going, Joe's living an average life and is happy with stuff the way it is. Joe killed his family, turned him into an omelet, ate that omelet, then went down to the beach, grabbed a goose and fucking barfed his family dinner straight into the goose's mouth, swung the goose over his head 3 times, smacked it into a lady, and then killed her, took the goose and the lady, and made the weirdest bagpipes ever out of their skin and bones. And then you're like, the world's full of crazy goose-killing bagpipers, right? Like, so it's this, like, it's the problem that the news created originally. We're watching the news would bum you out because the news is looking for big attention. There's a train crash. There's a tsunami. You're going to get robbed. You're going to die. This crazy disease is going to happen to you. Someone's going to steal your kids, right? Meanwhile, none of that's really going to happen to you. The statistics are, it's incredibly unlikely that will happen to you. But you're just, oh my God, that's what's in the world. But social media and the internet makes it so that shit's inescapable. Like, even down to the point where Microsoft changes how Windows operates and goes, oh, check it out, we've put news in. So now when you click on your start menu, it's going to show you a bunch of news. What's the news? It's all bad. Everything sucks. You should be afraid. Click on this. Oh my God, the world's falling apart, right? Like, they shove it into everything. You can't just go and use your operating system. It's like, no. Here's all the bad news. You got to be freaked out. Click on this news. Be engaged with our stuff. We're trying to be like these websites. Fuck you. You're an operating system for my computer. That's it. Stop trying to be everything. Go fuck yourself, right? Carp just takes finding something that's rewarding for the person. Absolutely. Something that you feel is meaningful and rewarding. 100%. You signed up for your state's search and rescue disaster relief force. Pays only $170 a month, but the work makes a difference. See, that's great. You get, like, obviously it's not about the money for you. The $170. Hell yeah, who doesn't want $170? But you're going out and helping people who are genuinely in need, that's going to make you feel good, right? Helping people feels good. Giving a shit about people is amazing, right? Like, my view is that people are generally good. I don't ascribe to this everybody's fucking evil and whatever. People go, you just have a first world view of things because what it's like, how do you think the fucking first world got built? How do you think we have everything we have? If everybody was against everybody and trying to get one over on everybody and rob each other and whatever else, we would never have a fucking society. Species like that could never build what we have. So it's a fucking fact that mankind leans towards being good. We give a shit about each other. Not a ton. Like, you can be in a movie theater full of dickheads going, shut your phone off, asshole. You up there, shut the fuck up. Hey, stop making so much noise with your food, you clown. And you can feel that. And I'll be like, these fucking idiots. I wish they didn't exist. But if you saw one of those people fall in the street and start shaking or whatever, you'd go and help them. You wouldn't be like, it's some stupid dickhead getting what he deserves. Probably an asshole who's at the movies making noise, right? I know that for a fact because I think that shit when I'm at the movies. But I saw this lady fall. I saw her start to fall sideways on the sidewalk. And I was just like, I started running. I was running up to her, right? Like, what's up? What's going on? She started having a seizure. There's all these people around. And like the kids there freaking out. And nobody was taking control of the situation. I was like, oh, fuck, it's got to be me. Like, that's how we are. We want people to be okay. And we want to not have to do it ourselves most of the time. Let's be real. We're hoping somebody else is going to fucking do it, right? So I run up, nobody's doing anything, so I take charge of the situation. I'm like, you people, grab the kid. And then I'm like, somebody call 911. And I'm checking on her or whatever. And then I look up at the one guy and I was just like, nobody's calling. I'm like, you, get out your phone, call 911. And so he pulled out his phone, he called 911. And he's like, I got him on the phone. What should I say? And I'm like, tell them this. And he's like, and he just gave me his phone. So I'm sitting there on the phone and I'm just like telling the people, keep the kid over there. It's going to be okay. Like, we give a shit about each other. That's why society fucking functions, right? Obviously, we need to have law and order. There needs to be punishment for people who are either too broken to properly function as part of society, or in the heat of the moment, people can make stupid choices. They can make bad decisions. It's not, people lean towards good. It doesn't mean they can't end up doing bad too, right? So I firmly believe that people are good underneath, right? I genuinely believe it. There's just too much evidence to not believe it. Logo says, just walk outside. Nothing's on fire. The neighbors are swimming. Everything's fine. Yup, 100%. 100%. The civilized mind, a man is as miserable as he thinks he is. You're absolutely right, Millmaster. You are 1,000% correct on this point. Like 1,000%. Al, how's it going? The way you help yourself is by helping others. Helping others will make you feel good. Like, I'm proud that I fucking booked it up the street to help that lady having a seizure. I'm proud that I was the one who started yelling at other people what they needed to do. Somebody needed to help this chick, right? Like, I will help people. I like it when I don't have to. I like when I look and I'm like, oh, something's happened, but there's already people over there and you can see they're crouched and they're helping, right? This old man fell off of his fucking scooter. And when me and Carl, we were watching him go or whatever, and Carly's like, I hope he doesn't get caught on the curb. And he got caught on the curb and his scooter fell over because they had stripped the road. So we thought it might happen. So we booked it up and helped him out. You know what I mean? Like, helping people is good for you, right? It's good for you. Whether you're religious and you believe in a soul or you don't have any religion at all, it's good for you either way. Not for some external reward where you're going to get something. The reward is just helping. For real. For real. Loco, you can't wait till you're at a point financially where you can afford to be generous with your time like that? Well, that's a fucking good attitude to have, buddy. That's a good attitude to have. Lightwave, what's up? You help others by taking good care of yourself so you can help others by giving them the best version of you. That's a great mentality too. I appreciate that. Just says Millmaster, you make up quotes hoping people think it's from you. You say it is, but you just spread disinformation. That's hilarious. That's funny. ABL Super Chat says, I think the problem is that technology evolved quicker than us humans. Cheer us up with a wheel spin, perp. You got it, big boy. It's difficult to know. What the, hold on 1 second. All right. I needed a rough approximation for what to put you on the board as. It looks like what you did is like the equivalent of 15 bones. So that's what I'm going to put you up on the board as, ABL, and we shall do a wheel spin as you have requested, bro. Hold on, I just noticed that the wheel isn't even properly over here. What? You can see the ring light. Look at that. Okay, here we go. ABL. Hoi! Oh, ABL, you fucking goofbag! You have won an insult. Congratulations. You're such a fucking weirdo that you don't even really have a name. You just have 3 random letters. A buttload. That's what your name stands for. A buttload of sadness. A buttload of gross grasshoppers. You are a bad little dong. You are, let's see, what else do we got? Ape ball bag liquor. That's what ABL stands for. Ape ball bag liquor. Aardvark ballsack lover. Anti-badass limpoid. 3 letters that don't mean shit. What are the worst 3 letters of the alphabet? A, B, and L. You take a fat L while you suck a B, bro. Oh, Loco coming in with his own. I'm not using that one because you made it up, but that's pretty good. What else? What else? What else do I want to turn that name into? Angus beef lipstick. How about that? How about that? Lips dick. Angus beef lips dick. Rain, it sounds like everyone else in the story were NPCs. No, the thing is, it's the bystander effect, and it affects pretty much everybody, right? Everybody is hoping that somebody else will step up and do it. That doesn't make them NPCs. If I wasn't there, somebody else would have done something. That's just the way it goes. With that many people around, it wouldn't have happened like where like people like we're not living in a society where people are just going to leave her there. Like the only people that people are comfortable leaving laying on the ground are homeless people who look like they're there by choice, right? And even then, you stop and look and go, okay, is he there by choice or is he in genuine need, right? Like that, the reality is those are the only people who have any chance of getting ignored. Anybody else is gonna get helped. And are you kidding me? Like, I got to this lady, like she started to fall and I was there as she hit the ground, right? So because I was there like right at her side immediately, that basically made it so everybody else didn't have to step up. But there's no way a crowd of people are gonna leave a small child screaming beside their mother who's spasming on the ground. So I told the kid, it's okay, I know what's happening. You people take her over there. And then I'm like, yo, can you kind of crowd around her so she doesn't have to watch this, guys? You know, kind of thing. Like, block her view of what's happening. I'm like, your mom's going to be okay, honey. We're getting people to come and help her right now. It's okay. It's okay. Like, for real, for real. And those people did. And that guy, literally, when I yelled at him to call 911, he took out his phone and he called 911. And then he didn't just go, screw that, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? So they're not NPCs. They're just, people don't know what to do in that situation. And somebody has to step up and do the shit. Whoever bites the bullet and does it first, it's like, tag, not it. You know, like 1, 2, 3, not it kind of thing. But that doesn't make them NPCs. It doesn't make them bad people. It makes them absolutely normal. Absolutely normal. ABL, your name is Alexander, but you love your new nicknames. Well, you're welcome. And you gave Towns what he wanted because he wanted to get kicked off the board. He wanted someone to give him a little tap in the mouth. just getting in on the name game too. Al Swedish Kroner for a suit. Is that what that is? Is that Kroners? I knew a chick who lived in where was it? Somewhere around there. Was it Denmark? I dated a chick whose dad worked for the UN as their head accountant, so he was located in that part of the world. So she grew up with like glue wine and stroop waffles and all that stuff. So she introduced me to all that. And Sinterklaas, all that kind of stuff. Schwarza Pete, or whatever the hell his name is. Al, everyone's a side character in life. We all do our best to support others to make the story continue. The people who think their main characters are extremely selfish. There is a lot of main character syndrome in the world now. You're absolutely right. Rain, except I'm a superhero. Nah, I'm just as flawed and broken as everybody else. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time with the right mindset. And I've seen people having, like, I know what it's like to see people go into a seizure, and it's terrifying to watch somebody that you know and care about go into a seizure where they're just sitting there and all of a sudden they go, gar, 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 and then you're just like, don't you fucking die on me. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to witness. So I knew, man, I actually get a little like choked up thinking about it. I knew how terrifying that would be for that little kid, especially because this isn't just somebody you care about. This is the most important person in your whole world. This is your mother. This is the one who protects you from the world and tells you what's going on. This is the one who's gonna like, and this is what's going on with her. Like, that kid was way too young to have to deal with that stuff, man. So like, I'm glad that I was there to help, like, to assist in a way that made it a little bit easier, right? Where I could just tell her, it's like, your mommy's okay. Don't worry. She just needs a little help, and we're getting her that help, you know? And then after things had calmed down and the ambulance was on its way and whatever, and made sure she was all right, we're able to bring the kid back over to the mom so she could chill near her or whatever. And it's like, don't worry. You know, like, just didn't want her screaming and freaking out, you know? It's like, it's okay, little girl. Everything's going to be all right. Your mommy's going to be totally okay. We got people on the way who know what they're doing, and they're going to help her. I didn't know that she was having a seizure. I just saw her like, I saw her fall in a way that was not like, it wasn't a trip and stumble. You know, when somebody trips and stumbles, you can see the move. She was like this, and then she was just, she was falling like a log. So I didn't know it was going to be a seizure. I just knew that she needed fucking help. Bare minimum, her head was just going to go bam off the concrete, right? So I just saw somebody in need within range, and my brain didn't look around to see if other people saw it and were helping. I just started running. Let's fucking go, right? And then when I got there and saw what was going on, I'm like, oh, she's having a seizure. That's absolutely what's going on. So we gotta get her help right now, you know? But that's it. I mean, I don't know different kinds of seizures or whatever else. I didn't really know, like, before they would say put something in their mouth so they don't bite off their tongue or like do it, and I'm just like, as far as I know, what you're supposed to do when someone's having a seizure is keep everybody away from them. My goal was to just stop her from rolling off the sidewalk into the fucking gutter. That was it. So I was just like, keep people away from her. Don't try and hold her down or anything like that. Just let her body move freely. Make sure she's not going anywhere. And so, like, if her head was drumming off the pavement, I would have put my hand behind it. But she was just like, she wasn't looking like she was doing any damage to herself. So it was basically like, okay, somebody call 911. Well, I'm getting, and then turn around. It's like, yo, what? Call you. I didn't understand at the time what you need to do is pick specific people, because I blanket said it to a number of people. So everyone just thinks somebody else is going to do it. So I pointed at a guy, you got a phone? He's like, yeah. I'm like, take it out, call 911 right now. And tell them what's going on. And even then, when he got 911 on the phone, he didn't want to do it. So he handed me the phone. I'm just sitting there going, all right. And I just was able to answer their questions like, ambulance is on the way. I'm like, okay, cool. Jamestown Super Chat says ABL had ABL had all the ball ladies. Who's next? You could next be getting a weak insult. Listen, man. You know what? Hold on. Let's see what the spin says, because we'll see if you get yourself an insult. Weak my ass. All right, Towns, you're lord of the board. Let's see what the wheel has in store. Come on, insult! Come on, insult! Ah! Fine. It's danger drop. So close. So close. I was ready to go, too. Anyways, danger drop. So, Plinko action it is. Here's how it works. On either end, we've got Metazoo. The middle slot actually has 2 boosters. So choose your drop slot. Choose your drop slot, James Towns. You don't deserve it, but that's what we're going to do. Rain, is it too late to call me Magic Mike for my hero name? Does this answer your question? There's the magic, baby. Number one. All right. Number one, it shall be. Number one. Here we go. All right. You just barely escaped the Metazorping. The Metazorping! Jess, do I shave my belly? No. Bro, I have like so little hair. I got some hair here. I got a little bit on the back just below the shirt line so it sticks up to make me look like I'm a hairy man, but no, I'm almost like a sweet hairless twink, bro. I'm almost twinkle twinkle giant dong. How I wonder, can I suck it all night long? You know, instead of twinkle twinkle little star. Al, several years ago, I wouldn't have been able to ripple like that. I have a tiny little belly now. It's true. At one point, I was way too thin. Dangerously underweight. All right, we got... Oh, look at that, man. Cruel Claw stealing the egg, bro. Is that a close-up on the artwork or something? I actually want to look that up now and see. Oh, it's because I'm thinking of the original. No, that is the full art. Okay. All right. It looks great. That's awesome. I wish we had gotten to hear about this in the actual story instead of just seeing it after it was taken. And it's gold stamped. Wow, Iris's signature is very clear to actually read. All right, so we got Otterball Antics, OBA. We got a, which one's this? Is this springtime or summertime? We got a springtime or summertime forest. We got Zoraline Cosmos Caller, who's a 3/3 flying vigilance for 3. Whenever a bat you control attacks, you gain a life. Whenever she enters or attacks, you can pay a black, a white, and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. That's a lot slapped onto one card, man. Magic cards have so many abilities now. It's wild. I do like the fact that she's shown in this like stormy night sky. That's pretty sweet. The hell is this? Tangle Tumbler? 3 mana, 6/6. Oh, it's a vehicle. What? It's a vehicle? It's just a bunch of branches stuck together? What the hell is this? 6/6 vigilance, 3 tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Tap 2 untap tokens you control. It becomes an artifact creature till end of turn. So you can just animate it with 2 tokens? What is even going on in this artwork? How does it move? How does this move? The raccoons in this set are weird. They've made them like illiterate idiots who can't talk and just have chunks of wood stuck to them. And I'm not a huge fan of that concept, honestly. Everybody else is way more civilized, and they're just like, I can't even speak. Okay, then. Star Charter. I love that luminous moth, bro. That's dope. That's dope. 4 mana, 3/1 flyer. Beginning and end step. If you gained or lost life this turn, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature card, power 3 or less. Put it into your hand. Rest on the bottom of the deck. That's all right. Brambleguard Veteran. Oh, no, this one can speak. Why should the bird folk get the best view? Oh, is it just some of them that are illiterate idiots? The raccoon's flavor feels like the most incoherent out of all of the different tribes in Bloomburrow. Persistent Marsh Stalker. This guy is a beast for rat decks. He's got +1 power for every rat you have, and if you have Threshold, you can pay 3 mana and put him into play attacking when you attack with rats. That's good. High Stride, hell yeah. Who wants to get high and go striding, yo? Rush Shield Rampager. Yeah, see, here's a raccoon in his goofy bramble suit. Here's a raccoon in his little suit doing a Ricola. 3 tree mascot. We made a snowman, but not really. Banishing Light. Scales a Shale. And Run Away Together. All right. All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Man, this art card looks dope. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. But yeah, for real, we didn't really get to appreciate Cruel Claw as a character because the story introduced us to a bunch of necromancers that our heroes had to fight. And then the necromancers ran away saying, Cruel Claw will hear about this. And then they're like, we got to find Cruel Claw. And normally, in a properly paced story, you would have them find Cruel Claw. They would track him down somewhere, and they would be like, why did you do what you did? And Cruel Claw would say, eat my nuts, you clowns. And then they would go, we're going to show you. And then they'd beat the hell out of him. And he'd just be like, fine, I'll tell you what I know. I was hired to do this, so I don't know why he wants the egg. And then they'll be like, who's he? I'm not going to tell you. Who is he? King Glarb. And then they would go to Glarb and go, yo, why are you hiring villains to steal the egg? Instead of showing up to King Glarb and going, Cruel Claw stole the egg and the Night Owl's going crazy. We got to do something. And then the king is just like, who else knows about this? Nobody? Cruel Claw, come on out and say hello, buddy. So he comes out, I'm actually a bad guy, says the king, goobity goo. And then they fight Cruel Claw and the king at the same time, best them both easily, and the story's just over. And that all happens in like the last installment. You can tell the last installment has more action because when I trimmed down the story for my Fantasy Geographic channel, like each 30-minute video became a 10-minute video. But then the final installment went from being a 10-minute video to a 15-minute video because there was way more actual stuff going on in the story instead of filler about Mabel's kids. And then Billy wanted syrup. And then Sally wanted to be tucked in for a bedtime story. And Gorp wanted to touch her apron. Give me a carrot cake, mother. And here's what they wrote on the banner. And here's how they hung the banner. And then they said, did I do a good job, mama? It's like, who cares? ABL, it's past midnight and you got to go to work tomorrow. Well, thanks for swinging by, Autobot lover. Ho ho. Jess, you want my DNA on file so you can clone me in the future? All right, I'll tug it into one of these perfect fits and mail it over to you, buddy, so you can save that to put in your DNA database for the good of mankind's future. That Kool-Aid is delicious. Man, it looked like the sky was getting dark and cloudy out earlier, so I'm hoping that we're gonna have some rain because we could definitely use it. The heat is intolerable. I am so glad for air conditioning. Like, I remember growing up when air conditioning wasn't wasn't prevalent everywhere. Like it would, like the what's it called? Oh, God, why is the name not coming to me? Central air. Central air wasn't really a thing that most people had. Most people had like one room that had an air conditioner in it. So you would just be in that one room. This is where we're hanging out in the summertime, right? I do not miss my old place. It was so hot there. It was so hot there. Tiny windows right above the restaurant of right above the kitchen of a restaurant. It cooked in the summer, and our bedroom didn't even have a window in it. So it required some weird setup to keep it cool. Al, you assume this is replacing the chill stream tonight? Nope. I'm having my chill stream tonight as usual. I just popping in for an extra stream. I like to do that kind of stuff. And now that I have the live stream channel set up as an option for that, it's just like whenever. This is where the breakfast streams and other stuff are going to be happening too. More and more of the live streams are going to happen over here and then sometimes on the Historian. Because at the end of the day, that's better overall for the stats of that channel over on the Historian. It causes... the live streams essentially damage the channel's metrics. So keeping them all here also has the added bonus of people can come back and enjoy the live streams here whenever they want. And they're already like set up. And a bunch of times when they're done this way, it should have the chat attached to it as well. Jack, what up, buddy? Free bonus surprise stream. Woo, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Double stream, but it's not a breakfast stream. That's correct. That's correct. Al, you are, well, I mean, the live streams that I do are obviously not, they don't have the same tone as the videos over on the Historian. And this is part of, like, I am trying to move on to the next step of what I'm going to do, which means adding more on. I'm obviously going to keep the Historian going and talking about magic, but I want to branch out into other things. And the more I keep doing what I've just been doing, the more I'm just doing what I've been doing, right? It sounds obvious, but I don't know. This whole YouTube thing, it works in a weird way. And if I only stream on the Historian, then no one will know to come to other places. I wouldn't have been surprised if this stream had actually only turned out to be 4 or 5 people. And I was absolutely prepared to just hang out with a couple people because I have literally no issues with that. That's what I did when I started out. I did live streams for 2 or 3 people where we'd sit and chat for hours because it's just fun. I like to get to do this. Shooting the shit. Live streaming is the best. Why do you think I do it every day compared to making videos? Making videos is good times, but live streams are better. Get to interact in real time, talk about a number of different subjects. You never really know where the conversation's going to go. Era, that's only half my DNA. Well, that's not my problem. That's Jess's problem. Towns says every stream's a breakfast stream if you have enough bacon. And Habanera says due to time zones, every stream is always a breakfast stream. All right, well, there you go. Jag says we can always make it a breakfast stream with surprise bacon frying. That's true, except there's no stove in this room. I'm not using my phone to stream, so can't transport it. So I could go and cook bacon, but you'd probably be disappointed as you'd only see me every few minutes as I came back to say, bacon's cooking good. Anyways, gotta go back to the bacon. Plus, I already ate my bacon. And I just had lunch before this stream. A nice big fat juicy burger. So I still feel pleasantly full, man. Let's get a little cooker for that room. We'll get a rice cooker. We'll have some rice cooking in the background. Or like a little griddle that could go right here. I make like bacon and pancakes and stuff. Ew, canned bacon sounds like it would be disgusting. Canned meats are unsettling in most cases, you know? I think tonight's stream is probably going to be cracking open this pre-release kit and taking a look at it. I think that's probably how we're going to go. Not like based on mini games or anything. I'll just crack it open and we'll look through it. Carp, you say it's good, but I don't trust you. If you eat canned bacon, I can't trust your judgment, you know? Maybe your taste buds don't work or your brain don't work. Who knows? Towns, Carly can cook it behind me. Just force her to come in here. I know you have things you want to do with your time, and when I'm streaming, it gives you time to be alone and do whatever you want. But no, you have to come and cook. You have to come and cook food for me, even though I'm already full. Ew. Bacon jam and a chicken cutlet and a bun. I don't know. That just sounds weird to me. It sounds weird. Carp, maybe both. You did re-enlist after all. Sounds like you're making bad choices. Jess, meat in a can's only decent in chicken soup form and chili form. Well, that's not meat in a can like that I'm talking about. That is something that has meat in it in a can, which is very different, right? Like a turkey in a can, a chicken in a can, something like that. Horrifying. Spam, horrifying. Chicken soup that has tiny little pieces of chicken in it, that's real chicken, and it's in actual soup, so it's fine, right? Same kind of thing goes for chili. I could go for some chili. That's not the first time chili's been brought up to my brain today. I got the Wendy's app on my phone recently because I just wanted to have some fast food deals on tap because Carly's been going out more. So sometimes she's like, I'm not going to be around for lunch. You got to make your own lunch or handle your own lunch. So I just look for deals where I can just go and get some real cheap fast food. So I found a deal where I could get a bacon cheeseburger and a small fry for like $4 on their app, right? And you also build up points. I got like 40 points for that. And then they gave me 150 bonus points too, when it's like 10 points per dollar or something like that. So they gave me like $15 worth of extra points. So I opened up the app because I was curious what they got going on. They got like fries for $1, but then I remembered they also had some kind of picture of chili that made me think about when I lived in Toronto. I worked at a place that did like charity calling people for on behalf of charities and stuff, and it was right beside a Wendy's. So I would go and get Wendy's for lunch, and for like a $4 or $5 combo, you could get a burger, a drink, and fries, but you could swap out the fries for a salad or for a chili. And I would get a chili, get a little couple packs of the pepper, and sprinkle that in there, and just like sit at my desk eating the chili. It was good. Although fishing out all the beans sucked. That's the one thing I don't like. I don't like beans in my chili, so having to pull all the beans out is kind of tedious. But if you're doing it at work and eating between phone calls, whatever. I'm getting paid to take the beans out of my chili. Plus, that Wendy's was dope because it happened to be one of their like major locations. I don't know exactly how it's classified, but most of the time, the offers that you get on the back of receipts that say, like, for example, Burger King goes, want a free Whopper? And it's like, fill out this survey. And then you flip it over. We'll give you a free Whopper, but you have to buy a fry and drink at full price. And it's like, you're not giving me a free Whopper, you fucking dickheads. You're selling me a fucking combo. That's what this is. You're literally selling me a combo. Now, normally how it works is you buy a combo and you get a bit of a discount on it. So if I have to buy a drink and fries at full price, you're just giving me a combo, you fucking pricks, right? I never go for those deals. But this Wendy's, because it was a main Wendy's and they actually used it for research purposes, they had a deal where it was like, fill out a survey, we'll give you a free burger. And not a cheap little kiddie menu burger, a full quarter pounder or whatever, like one of their main burgers. They would give you one for free. The only thing is you can only do it once a month, right? And because I'm a guy who cracks jokes and people fucking remember me. I'm a memorable guy. So the employees at Wendy's knew me, right? So I couldn't use it more than once a month because they would know, bro, you already used this. You can't do that. But one of the other guys I worked with was a totally nondescript looking everyday dude. And he went every fucking day and got free burgers. He would take, like when you went to get a free burger, he just took the code that I had for he looked over after I'd done the survey. He copied my code down, bump, 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 bump. And then every day he would go and get a free burger. And when they put in your order for the free burger, they print out a receipt for that and put it on your tray too. So he would literally take the receipt that was for a free burger, write the same code on the back of it, go back the next day. They didn't remember him. They didn't read the receipt or pay attention to it. So he just infinitely chained free burgers day after day after day. And that guy was a literal fucking millionaire. He was a literal millionaire. He worked in the finance industry, and the finance industry was going through a bunch of turmoil. So he had dipped out because people were getting sued, and he was like, I don't feel like dealing with any of that. It's not a good time to be in that industry. And he didn't want any blanks on his resume. So he's like, this charity work will fill it in the meantime. And I know he was a millionaire because he literally pulled up his fucking portfolio in front of me. So while we're working, he's just sitting there going, oh, check it out. I'm investing in this fucking, in this company that turns seaweed into plastics and stuff. And he bought the stock, and then a week later he sold it, and he made $3,000. And I'm just like, he was killing it, man. He was killing it. He was a smart guy. Millmaster, breaking down a whole chicken's a skill everyone should learn, especially when times are tough like now. Being able to use all the different parts of a chicken, right down to the bones to make soup stock, super useful. Agreed. Carbs on board, be your own butcher. This is from the man who eats bacon out of a can. Baron, now you know he became a millionaire. I mean, he was smart. He was smart. He definitely got a lot of mileage out of those free burgers. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. It was wild seeing so much money in somebody's account, and he's got all this investments and shit. And it's like, well done, buddy. Well done. Hey, that's field life, not home life. So you just go out and stand in a field near your home and eat bacon out of a can. Tisk, 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 man. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh. Rain, would I ever buy half a cow from a butcher and not have to worry about meat for a year? Maybe if I had like a gigantic deep freezer that could hold all that. But we just have a fridge in our apartment, and it's just got a little freezer on top. There's not that much space in it. Carly does a good job of buying stuff on sale wherever she can, so we keep like a decent amount of stuff in there, but there's no way to have all the room for that. If I had a house and a deep freeze, sure. Yeah, Millmaster, that's what I say to people too. If you need to explain a gap in your resume, you just say I signed an NDA and I can't discuss what I did during that time frame. 100%. 100%. Jess, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There are a lot of things that have become cheaper over time. More powerful computers, legal herb, all of it. What up, Gossip? It's a great time to be alive, as far as I'm concerned. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm glad, like, X number of years ago was the hardest time in my life, and I hope it never returns to being that difficult, because things have gotten better, and I'm happier and more comfortable than I was before. I get to eat regularly. I don't have to worry about food insecurity anymore. As long as I got a comfortable roof over mine and Carly's head, and we got enough food and can pay for her pills and the medicines and stuff that she needs, then I'm good. I'm good. I don't care. I know I'll never be some like rich millionaire dude, and that's fine by me. I just want I just want to live an all right life, you know? I just want to be happy, have a good time, take care of my family, and that's it. You know, fuck around with you guys, crack jokes and whatever. That's another reason that I'm looking forward to expanding out into other content too, because we will find more friends who want to come and have a good time. Because I have been very, very focused on Magic specifically. Because, I mean, fucking love the game, right? But there's always been a part of me that's like, yo, I should be doing other stuff as well. But Magic's always taken a priority. The more Wizards changes things around, the more my mind shifts a little bit more and more towards whatever our next step's going to be. Jess, your life was hard when you did physical labor. Sometimes I wonder if it would be all right if I went and got like a part-time job that did have a physical aspect to get some more exercise built into my life. Because I have to go out of my way to try and make sure that I'm getting enough exercise in a day. Today I wanted to do a bunch of walking, but the heat made that an impossibility. So it's like indoor activities, you know? Al says, it's a wonderful and amazing time to be alive. We have a Canadian guy who jokes and talks to us on our screens. I love the internet and what you can do with it, man. The fact that you can just do live streams, talk about whatever, have a good time. You don't have to like always be making these chart topping crazinesses. Like, whatevs, man. I'm happy. I'm happy in my little corner. It's good times. Yeah, Magaro, people around here tried renting freezer space so folks could buy half a cow, but it fails when the freezer breaks. Yeah, that would mess it up. Break stop, you'd watch the heck out of a D&D show with Hatcher as DM. I do make a good dungeon master, 100%. Jess, you're eating breaded deep fried pickles. I would say that that's not as nightmarish as regular pickles because deep fried stuff tends to taste better. And all the greasiness might make it harder. Like at least the outer crunchy part would be enjoyable. The inner part would be awful. But like I'd rather have deep fried breaded greasy pickles than this disgusting thing. BT, do I still have the pickle? I do. It's right there. It's right there, bro. I technically have the other one that came in the bag too. But that one's just a regular pickle, so it doesn't have the same level of insanity as the sour pickle. And that other one, I'm just going to wait until I see my one friend again next time and go, here you go, bro. You can have these because I think he'll enjoy eating it. I won't. He'll eat all kinds of stuff. I will not. Al, I agree. I never thought in a million years that there would be a way where I could just make videos on the internet for a whole bunch of people. I remember when I just did it for my friends because I thought it was fun. That's what I used YouTube for originally, was making videos to share with my friends on Facebook with no intention of the outer world or anybody else finding it, right? So this all just kind of happened to me and I embraced it. And I ran with the Magic stuff specifically because I was absolutely loving Magic. And now I still love Magic, but it's not as absolute. It's not as absolute. So I do wonder if we will reach the point where I'm way less engaged with Magic and spending my time on other stuff completely. So if that's the case, then that's fine because that's what I'm happy with, right? Like whatever. It's not like I planned when I started making this stuff to be like, I'm going to make Magic videos for the next 40 years or whatever. Millmaster, it's mostly ground beef. Well, nothing wrong with that. Ground beef is great. Carly makes meatballs with that. Hamburgers, you put the meat in spaghetti sauce. It's versatile. Jess, am I streaming again at 10? Yep, we're going to do another one. We'll do that one over on the Historian tonight, yeah. It's most likely going to be exploring the Bloomburrow pre-release kit for the stream. And then maybe afterwards I'll still have this stuff set up, so I guess we could also toss in some stream games if people want to play them. But yeah, I definitely want to see what it looks like inside and the card quality stuff. Al, I might go back to Minecraft someday. You know what? The video game streams and stuff like that, that is something that I think would be fun to do And I've thought about doing some Chandelar streams to get the old school Magic vibe going. I've thought about doing Minecraft streams. I've also just thought about streaming some of the new games I'm playing and doing some video game reviews over on Hatcher. Right now, it feels like video game reviews, movie and show reviews, and maybe just random condom. Maybe just random comedy videos. Those are the things that I feel are the most likely creations I will go with next. But I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's how it feels right now. I don't know. I guess part of it is I was dealing with a lot mentally for the last X amount of time, and I'm finally coming out of that and feeling more positive. And I don't want to like rush into anything I'm not going to enjoy. So I'm just kind of letting it happen organically. I want to continue to make the Magic content that I'm making because I'm having a good time with that. But I want to I don't know. It's hard to 100% explain because you're not in my brain and you're not me, right? Oh, CPL Carb Super Chat says, gonna go in for a spin and my spot on the board. All right, let's carp it up. What are you carping on about? Me. You're the new Lord of the Board. Kicking James Towns into the dirt. Get on out of here. It's carp's time to shine. I guess I can spin while I'm doing this. Let's go. I was about to spell carp with a K. All right. What do we got? Oh, it's your choice, buddy. You get to choose. So here's how it works. We've got the option of Danger Drop, which is the Plinko drop we've done. We've got Flipping Out, which is we open a pack of Bloomburrow, but you get to call a coin toss, and if you're correct, we open a second pack. We've got Insult, obviously. We've got High-Low, which nobody's played yet, so the rules haven't been explained. And we've got Color Challenge, which nobody's played yet, so the rules haven't been explained. They're both pretty straightforward games. So yeah, pick whichever one you want. Millmaster, you want to see me do Rogue Trader and try and bet a Space Elf? I'm going to make you see real stars, baby. Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. Yes, I know, bro. I know that I'm normal. 100%. 100%. I know there's nothing, like, ultimately there's nothing wrong with me. Everybody has different kind of mental struggles and stuff. So I feel overall like, I mean, life was hella hard a while ago. Now it's gotten a lot better. And I finally worked through a bunch of the fucking issues I have going on. I feel more mentally resilient than ever, and I'm just excited about the opportunity to keep having fun with you guys, to have a good time with Carly, to make the best of life, and to be focused on the present moment. Not worried about what happened in the past, or not worried about in the future things being terrible. Being here now, being present is one of the most important things to me. I want to be where I am, when I am, and aware of what's going on. Because the only time you can be happy is right now. You can't be happy in the past, either you were or you weren't, and you can't be happy in the future right now. You can hope you'll be happy, but you can just spend your time worrying that the future's going to be awful. So I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. All right, Carp has chosen Color Challenge. All right, well, let us just grab this little stack here. Here's how it works, buddy. Here's how it works. Let's switch the face down view. The Color Challenge goes like this. We're going to open one pack of Bloomburrow. Oh, there's multiple ways we can do this. I just realized. All right, but we'll do it this way. Here's how it goes. Pick one of the 5 colors of Magic. I'm going to flip this over, and if you got the color right, we open 2 packs instead of 1. All right? Choose. Choose. BT, you thought it said choke. You were like, what's this going to be? Ain't no choking going on, son. Al, you're correct. Everyone has struggles, and they do give you the ability to grow and make life more interesting. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, you chose blue. Oh, it's green. Okay. So, no extra pack, just a this-a pack. Hell, I'll make it a little more interesting. If the first card in this pack is blue, that also counts. And that doesn't include the token. So if the first magic card we see is blue, open an extra pack. Oh, no, it's the Tangle Tumbler. It's colorless. Oh, wait, no, colorless isn't a choice. So this one doesn't count. Land. Oh, it is blue. Okay, we're going to do a second pack. Oh, whoa, look at that. We got the foil snow. These only show up 10% of the time, and it's a foil one. That makes it rarer. Ral Cracklin Wit, the Otterman. 4 mana, 4 loyalty. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a loyalty on him. +1 loyalty, make a 1/1 blue-red otter that has prowess. -3, draw 3 cards, then discard 2. -10, draw 3 cards. You get an emblem with instants and sorceries spells you cast. Have Storm. Not too shabby. That's right, Carp Victory. Wear down. I love this. The beaver's like chewing on the bird folks' house. And they're like, seriously? Again? You're at this again, you dick? Mabel's Metal. A white and 1 instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Up to 1 other target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. And this is the situation where Mabel is running up water steps created by Helga to take on Glarb. This is the final part of the story right here. Then we got Playful Shove. 1 red and 1, does 1 damage to any target, draw a card. Really? That's an uncommon? Feels common to me. Shoreline Luta. Can't be blocked. It has Threshold. Whenever it hits a player, draw a card, and then discard a card unless you have Threshold. Okay. Bellowing Crier. Oh, he's just loots once. Look at that staff, though. That's pretty cool. Oh, I love this guy. It's the Sunshower Druid. I love him. I love him with all the little droplets of water and his hands extended upwards. Oh, this is great. This is great. Apprentice augurs begin their studies by predicting where the rain will fall. Even those who don't succeed derive great joy from the process. I love this. I love this. Alania's Pathmaker, 3-tree mascot, Scales of Shale, Sonar Strike, and Uncharted Haven. Oh, isn't that idyllic looking? Comes into play tapped, and you pick a color, and it taps for that color. That's all right. That's all right. Glarb sounds like an early Magic card name. It does sound amphibian. All right, and a second booster pack. Let's go. Let's go. We got a 1/1 flying bat token. Look at how many are behind him. And he's got like a crazy little... He's got batarangs. I am what bumps in the night. We got a foil Hidden Grotto. We got the Spring or Summer Swamp. Paw Patch Recruit. Wow, he looks beefy. Look at that crazy flail. 1 green, 2/1 with Offspring. Trample. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, put a +1/+1 on target creature you control other than the targeted creature. Yeah, I'll toss this into my green tower. Starseer Mentor. Stargaze. I love this. Some Batfolk dedicate their lives to seeing the world beyond them. Batfolk elders basically almost have their eyes melted and blinded out, and then they can see the cosmos. What up, Gianna? How you doing? Harnesser of Storms. Patchwork Banner. This kind of reminds me of that one Secret Lair card that they recently made for, what was it, Coat of Arms? Cash Grab. Named after Wizards' business philosophy. Take out the trash. That's what Wizards feels like they're doing when they made the Aftermath boosters. Junk Blade Bruiser. He looks like he's on fire. He actually kind of looks like he's being pulled out of existence almost. It's weird. The artwork on this is weird. Heaped Harvest. This thing, it feels like if you have other ways to sack artifacts, this can be pretty wild. 1 green and 2. When it comes out and when you sack it, you search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tap. So if you can sack this guy for free, you can get 2 lands. Run Away Together, Bonebind Orator, and Carrot Cake. Just a bunch of carrots jammed on top. That's the carrotiest cake around. All right. What's a green tower? Is it a cube? The green tower is my arena deck. It's a 250 card deck. It's based on the towers that I built in real life, where I build Magic decks like this big. Because you get a lot of variety. It's fun. I would go and play them in standard tournaments and stuff. It was always fun to run into the mill players, where it would just be like, you got your work cut out for you, buddy. Be like, I'll traumatize you. Okay, cool. So I mill 120 cards, and I'm still left with 120 cards. I still have 2 full decks worth of cards. Have fun with that. You got to traumatize me again just to get me to what most people have as their starting size of their deck. Meanwhile, I'm putting out big green smashers. I love it. Green tower action is good times. There was a while, actually, where I was doing arena challenges where people would super chat and I would play against them with my green tower. And who knows, maybe we'll do that again in the future. Maybe that would make arena a bit more fun for me. I think I'm getting tired of just playing random games with the starter decks and whatever. I don't know 100% no, but that's how it feels. Yeah, McGraw, what the hell are you talking about? Why did I use Badger art when I was talking about Glarb? I have no clue what you're talking about. If you're asking about the stories on Fantasy Geographic, I only had a handful of images that I could use for those stories. And I wasn't about to sit there and try and use blurry ass images from random fucking cards. So the Bloomburrow story just has characters from the Bloomburrow story. If that's what you're asking about, why are you only asking about the Badger and fucking Glarb when there's all kinds of different things where I'm talking about something different and there's just a random character from the story on the screen? Just got to make do. Wizards doesn't make that much high-res art available when it comes to the stories. So I just used the few that were available outside the story and the few that got included in each daily story. So the priority was to make sure that the newest artwork that was put in the newest story installment was shown somewhere in the story and hopefully somewhere appropriate. But other than that, I was just putting in random characters from the story using the artwork Wizards had already provided. If I only used the artwork that they included with each story installment, like if you go and look at the story installments that Wizards has put out, they only show 1 or 2 pieces of artwork in the entire video. So a half an hour long video with 1 or 2 pieces of artwork where at some points it's just like a frog hand and stuff. I didn't think that was that great, so I wanted to have more artwork in there. I wanted to include more artwork. All right, well, this has been fun. This has been a good fucking chill stream. Thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. I know it was impromptu. We will do the regularly scheduled evening stream later over on the Historian, where unless something crazy happens, we'll be cracking into this Bloomburrow pre-release kit to take a look at it. And we can also play some stream games if that's what people want to do. We'll see how it goes. So, safe travels until then, and I will catch up with you guys in the even time. Goodbye for now.